Hey guys, how are you doing today? This is the 24th episode of Python tutorial series, the Python if else, Python conditions and if statements. Python supports the usual logical conditions from mathematics like equals a, double equals to b, and this one actually checks whether the values are equal. That's all. Not equals, values not equals equal a exclamation equals to b less than a less than b, a less than equals to b, a greater than b, a greater than equal to b. These conditions can be used in several ways, most commonly in if statements and loops. An if statement is written by using the if keyword. If statement a is 33, b is 200. So if b is greater than a colon, print b is greater than a, and that's what is gonna be printed because 200 is greater than 33. In this example, we use two variables a and b, which are used as part of the if statement to test whether b is greater than a. As a is 33 and b is 200, we know that 200 is greater than 33, and so we print to screen that b is greater than a. Indentation. Python relies on indentation, white space at the beginning of a line, to define scope in the code. Other programming languages often use curly brackets for this purpose. If statement without indentation will raise an error. A equals to 33, b equals to 200. If b is greater than a, print b is greater than a. You will get an error because there is no indentation at the beginning of the line print. Okay, let's see what sort of error. Indentation error, expected an indented block. Okay, so elif, the elif keyword is Python's way of saying if the previous conditions were not true, then try this condition. Okay, a is 33, b is 33. If b is greater than a colon, print b is greater than a. Since b is not greater than a in this case, so it will go to elif whether a equals to b in value. Print a and b are equal. Okay, this is possible. So a and b are equal. That's gonna be printed out. Previously, I had an idea that there will be, if there are only two conditions, it will be if else condition. But now I get to see that it could also be if and elif conditions. But if else is more standard. Elif is needed when there are like 3 or even more conditions. Apart from the beginning and the else and the end condition, the middle conditions are all represented by elif. In this example, a is equal to b, so the first condition is not true, but the elif condition is true. So we print to screen that a and b are equal. Okay. Else, the else keyword catches anything which isn't caught by the preceding conditions. A equals to 200, b equals to 33. If b is greater than a, print b is greater than a. Okay, I guess I need to silence this. Sorry for the noise. Elif a double equals to b colon, print a and b are equal, else colon, print a is greater than b. So in this case, else condition will satisfy. So the print out will be a is greater than b because 200 is really greater than 33 only. Okay. In this example, a is greater than b, so the first condition is not true. Also, the elif condition is not true. So we go to the else condition and print to screen that a is greater than b. Okay. You can also have an else without the elif. Yes, definitely. And this is there are only two conditions actually. or even one condition, you can use if else. That is the more standard, as I have told you before. Okay, equals to the 200 and b equals to 33. If b is greater than a, then print b is greater than a. Suppose there will be situations like these two values are not equal, one is greater than. So in that case, if b is not greater than a, then it will be else, which means a is greater than b. So in that case, in the indentation, print b is not greater than a. That's gonna okay. If we say that a and b are equal, if you assume that, then we could have printed a is greater than b. But if we are not sure whether a and b are equal, then in that case, if b is not greater than a, then we in the else statement we can print like b is not greater than a, which means b is either equal to a or less than a. That's it. Okay. So shorthand if you have how much time? Only one statement to execute, you can put it on the same line as the if statement. If a, I would like to show you, just hold on a moment. So if a is greater than b colon, print a is greater than b. Although they look like in two different lines, but they are actually one single line. So this is the shorthand if. Let me read to you once again. If you have only one statement to execute, you can put on the same line as the if statement. Definitely. Okay, shorthand if else. If you have only one statement to execute, one for if and one for else, you can put it all on the same line. That means so it is one line if else statement. A equals to 2, b equals to 330. So print a if a is greater than b, else print b. So it sounds very much like English language. Okay, that's why Python is so popular, and that's why it is said that Python is very easy to write. Although the print a and print b, they look like in two different lines, but they are not. They are actually in one single line. So let me read a shorthand if else statement to you once again. If you have only one statement to execute, one for if and one for else, you can put it all on the same line. Okay. One line if else statement, a equals to 2, b equals to 330. Print a if a is greater than b, else print b. So what's gonna be the printout. Since a is not greater than b, so b will be printed out. Let's test. Yeah. Okay. This technique is known as ternary operators or conditional expressions. Okay. You can also have multiple else statements on the same line. One line if else statement with three conditions. A is 330 and b equals to 330. So print a if a is greater than b, else print equals if a double equals b, else print b. Although they seem to be the three print command seem to be in three different lines, but they are actually in the same line. That's why they call it, that's why they say you can also have multiple else statements on the same line. One line if else statement with three conditions. Print a if a is greater than b, else print equals if a is a double equals to b, else print b. So in this case, equals will be printed out. Oh, we hardly saw it. So and should we try this? No, not now. Okay guys, this was 24th episode of Python tutorial series. See you again in 25th.